Hello, everybody. So, just going to do a quick video and show you some of the downsides to PR. Now, there's no such thing as bad exposure, to be honest. Um, but you do need to be aware of certain things, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute. Um, but before I do, just make sure that you do give this channel a like and subscribe, and I will very much appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to tell you a story about the other side of PR and what to look out for, or not to look out for, but just to be aware of what goes on. Let me know who is here in the live chat as well. Say hello. Let me know you're there. And I'll go ahead and just share this story. Well, it's not a story as such. So I'm going to start sharing my screen and just show you the flip side of good PR. So today or yesterday, I appeared in the Daily Mail in the UK because I have Nigel Farage's domain name. Now, I've had this domain name for probably 2 or 3 years, and if I go to the likes of Ahrefs and show you some of the metrics on it, I'm sure many of you will understand why why someone would grab such a domain name. And obviously it's about the kind of power, the relevance, the backlink profile and everything else that it's had. And I probably got it round about here, and you can see that ever since it's had a decent amount of traffic, and it's the backlink profile that is the most important thing to me. BBC, The Independent, Fox News, Wikipedia, Channel 4, the list goes on and on and on of the PR that this particular domain name's got, hence why we would use it for SEO power. So obviously there's an article in the Daily Mail today on that, and obviously I jokingly pointed it to someone else's profile for a laugh and to raise awareness that you maybe do want to consider looking after your domain name, whether you're a member of the European Parliament or not any longer. You don't want that getting into the wrong hands. However, let's have a look at the comments from the people here. So let's have a look at what some of the people are saying. So just what's wrong with these people who do not like Mr. Farage, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. And someone saying, surprised it's not redirecting users to the Greg website. He's a big fan himself. Sorry. But going back, I'm going to share the screen. That was just a little bit of a gag there. But the hate and the uneducated, wait till you see some of this. He's no longer an MEP. Why would he renew it? He was an MEP at the time when I got it. That's how dumb this situation is. So, of course, it's only making the press just now. I've spoken about this domain name at conferences for the last few years, and I decided to get a bit of PR out of it before Brexit happens and the domain just dies off. So he was an MEP and he let his domain name go. That's why. Mr. John. So people are saying, oh my God, that's so funny. Not. Some people are saying Craig deserves a knighthood. I agree. Well done, Craig Usado. Trying to get some other stuff here. There's literally a whole bunch of comments here telling me that I'm a fat bastard. I live in my mum's basement. Haven't I got a life? Haven't I got anything better to do with my time? I'm a Wix developer. One, I don't use Wix. Two, I don't live in my mum's basement. 3, I've got a life and I do SEO and that's what this game is to the uneducated. You know, some of the stuff in here is pretty grim. There you go. This guy needs to lay off the deep fried confectionery bars. I'm carrying a few extra stone. Big deal. What a waste of money. We're no longer in the EU, and he isn't an MEP anymore. He was at the time when he let his domain name drop. So the uneducated people out there are prepared to bombard you with serious amounts of abuse. And there really is a lot of salty people out there. It is insane. And you know, look, Fat C. What else have we got here? Pathetic. IT guy looks like he has plenty of time in his hands. What a sad little man. Some people are laughing at it. This website gets thousands of visits a day. Doubt it had anywhere near that when Farage was an MEP. It did and does still get a lot of traffic. So just put that one to bed. It was getting, according to Ahrefs, 14,000 hits a day. We all know that that's actually going to be significantly higher if we had a look at the real analytics. Obviously, because it redirects, it's dipped away off again. But when I take that redirect off, that traffic's going to come back up. So it does get a lot of traffic, I'm sorry to tell you. I'm afraid Lord Smug, I'm assuming I'm Lord Smug. Not being smug, I'm just telling you that it's probably not wise to let your domain name expire. What an absolute tool. He can't be that clever or he'd lose a bit of timber. The fat jokes again. Do you think Nigel cares at all about this? He probably should. So yeah, he probably builds websites on Wix and claims to be an IT expert. I don't use Wix, never claimed to be an IT expert either. Again, been told I need to stay out of Greggs and stay away from my favourite Empire biscuits. So yeah, people are pretty salty on this stuff. So again, Keithley from Cheltenham, IT expert. Craig Campbell isn't too smart. Why would Nigel Farage renew the domain when he's no longer an MEP? He was an MEP when he let his domain name go, you idiot. But hey ho, grow up, you immature clown. So that is what can happen if you put yourself out there and get a bit of PR. And these guys are saying I'm a sado, I work in a dungeon, my mum's basement, and this, that, and the next thing. Now, what I would ask is, who in their right mind goes out to an article in Daily Mail and spends so much time getting pissed off about what someone else does who they've never met, they don't know, and they don't understand the context round about it. So I just wanted to share with you guys a bit about what happens sometimes when you get PR. It doesn't matter what you do in this life, and you get absolutely hammered for no reason. People who don't know you, never met you, don't understand what you do, are the ones that are quickest to jump in there and try and ruin my Empire biscuit habit. But hello, Mark Flanagan, Holly Starks, good to see you. I've added post today to your stuff as you're on fire. I've seen them, CBD cakes. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do ignore the haters, to be honest. I don't bother with them. It's just I just want to show other people who may not bother. I know I'm a fat bastard and I'm a sado and I need to get a life. But this life's all right. It's makes a lot of money. So that's all I care about. I can look after my family, go travel the world. So that's how sad I am. I don't have time to spend my time running around on the Daily Mail I'm fighting with people in comments. So that's how it goes. I didn't get a backlink. That is probably the most important thing. And I will be following that up to see if I can. But obviously it was for branding and just one last throw of the dice with the Nigel Farage domain name, because after today we do leave the EU and that domain is pretty much irrelevant. And because it's a personality or a famous guy or a politician, it's very hard to monetize it. So that domain name actually got me some PR and it was fun telling stories about it at SEO conferences for the last few years. So I've got my value out of it and shown people why you may want to protect your domain. I've also been able to show people the benefits of expired domains by looking at this domain name and looking at all the PR that Nigel Farage has, which would probably cost you £500,000 to get that level of PR with the volume that he's got. So yeah, massive success for me on that domain name. It is what it is. And Holly, you're right. Success equals haters. I have plenty of them. They're just jealous. Keep it up. I'll lock it up on my news sites and give you some extra love today. Thank you very much, Holly. The timing of this article is amazing. Nigel is trending hard. It's as I say, I've tried a few times to get that article into the press and no one was really biting for a while, but it has now made it to that one, and hopefully it does get pick up elsewhere as well. Who knows if it does, who knows if it doesn't. But for that, I just wanted to show people that, and especially those uneducated people on the Daily Mail comments saying that it's sad, worthless, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm that. Fair play, you're entitled to your opinion, and keep digging around the Daily Mail news articles, trying to give yourself a life. What's the effect of the latest algo update? We have discussed that in numerous Q&A sessions. A lot of people are all over the place. A lot of affiliates have taken a bad hit, and check out the last couple of Q&As. We've spoke about the updates in great detail and what we think. But obviously this particular video is not about that. I just wanted to highlight the amount of vile people that are out there trolling people for little to no reason, without knowing people, without doing anything. People are quite happy just to lay into you. And I think it's funny. It's good. It's funny to see people biting and acting like little bitches when you put something like that up. And you've got to have thick skin if you want to put your face out there, and that's something I've learned the hard way. Put my face out there and taking a beating on most social media platforms and stuff like that. But you've got to rise above it and laugh it off and see it for what it is. What is today's news will be forgotten about tomorrow, really. So I had it at Tamar. I've got my Empire biscuit here. And it's fucking amazing. I actually dropped the other one, but here is my Greggs for anyone who wants to see it. So I don't actually like Greggs, to be honest. Pretty minging, but CBD Cakes actually lives in his mum's basement. Many people do and have success with it. So again, more fool the guys on the Daily Mail who are critiquing people who do live in their mum's basement. It could be a lot of things worse happening to people in life. And as I say, I just wanted to share that story on the comments on there. And Jose, anyone who consumes your content then hates on you has deep personal issues. They take time to watch the content and then leave a nasty comment. Makes no sense except they're miserable. You are right, Jose. I don't even normally read the comments. it was actually just a few friends are like, fuck, you're a bit salty in there on the Daily Mail, and I had a look at it. And yeah, of course, it's a bit salty, but they are miserable and they do have sad lives. So yeah, if they but leaving a comment or watching it more or clicking on it more, it helps me in the long run. So that's the funny thing about it. These guys are uneducated. You know, that click through rate and engagement and everything else is only going to help put that article out in front of more people. And they don't realize that whilst they think that they are causing me, I couldn't care less what, you know, Dave from Yorkshire says about me. It makes no impact to my life. I don't know who Dave is, never dealt with him, and don't really care about what he says. So if you ever do get yourself in that position, do stick your head out there. Do not be put off by these idiots who constantly try and slam people online. Not just me, you know, everyone cops it. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, how good you are, how bad you are. It really doesn't matter. People will still slam the absolute garbage out of you. And it's something worth noting if you're going to put yourself out there, because none of us really set ourselves up for this stuff. We don't have any formal training for it. Certain people could maybe be affected psychologically by the level of abuse and being called a fat bastard 100 times over, or maybe even more on that particular article. So I know I'm carrying extra timber, and I know I need to get to the gym, and I know that that's it. But, you know, that's what happens when you sit in your backside all day doing SEO. You get to 40, you don't really do any sports anymore. Your knees get sore. You can't be asked jogging. So I'm well aware of it, and I do try and address it to some degree. But we only live once, and got to enjoy life. That's what I would say. I am not Shivam. I'm not doing any kind of Q&A here. I was just giving a bit of feedback on the other side of good PR. I'm not fat. I'm just short from short from my weight. I like that one, Paul, and it's their loss. I was told what other people think of me is none of my business. It's also a very good point. So yeah, I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys, and obviously wish you all the best for 2021 when it comes. I know you guys out in Australia and that side of the world are already New Year, and I know we've got it to come in about 10 hours, not far off of 10 hours, but we're in lockdown. There's not going to be any huge parties here in Glasgow. Hopefully you guys all stay safe though, and do things, whatever you do. And hopefully you enjoy the Nigel Farage story as well. It is a domain that I've had when he was an MEP. It was on his Wikipedia. It's and as I say, it was a last throw of the dice. But for anyone watching it, there is a reason for the expired domain name and the benefits of it from an SEO point of view and all of that good stuff. So to the uneducated, hope you also have a good new year, and keep biting is what I would say. And yeah, it was decent, Paul. So any exposure is good exposure, I guess. So yeah, got to keep trying. But I'll let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your day and have an amazing new year. You too, Jose. And yes, my name's in the article and my ugly mug, and their name's lingering in the comments. So you are right, Terry Power. Paul Hogden, you're going to party like it's 1699. I'm just going to polish off the rest of my Gregs and maybe wash it down with a can of Coke since it's New Year, and get back in the fitness trail in the new year. But all kidding aside, have a good one, everyone, and I'll catch you all later.